I have no idea. I haven't been following him either for a while, so. Oh, oh shit, did they? Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta fuck off, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, that was kind of like I kind of tuned out. Oh, it's because Shad's awesome. So, yeah, yeah, he's LDS. Well, Orson Scott Card is LDS. If you want to read something, but it's not like his books have anything to do with it. That guy's based as fuck too. Peace out, man. The religions of fucking yeah.
when you get out there.
Why is that, lady?
Well,
Heck
I'm asking
yeah.
you.
Huh? Because I look good. I smell good. I feel good.
And you sing good.
And
Make
make
me
love
sing.
good.
Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't mean to fucking have that intention. Always nice talking to you. That's a good second. Yeah. Well, we did make a plan.
Have my mic muted here. There we go. Let me make sure that the Discord audio is good.
Yeah.
There we go. I should have Discord audio now.
Excellent.
Setting everything up last minute. Can y'all hear Trym?
One way to find out. I'm gonna save it.
Probably can't hear me either. Make sure my shit's... Yeah, okay, my mic's live. Alright, I usually have it up on my phone, and I have not done that yet. So, anyhow, welcome everyone to the second crossover stream we're gonna do here.
Yeah.
So, I've got some couple
white,
things.
they say.
Okay, let me turn you up. It's always about fucking with the audio levels. One of these times I'll get it right.
One day.
There we are. Discord, let me turn you up on my side too.
Busy spurring out with the fucking second and basic before we started.
Yeah.
Oh man. Today was a really, really good stream.
It's a fun stream. For sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm still pretty new with them. I'm still pretty new with streaming everything. So,
Well, I'm
I did
not
my-
exactly an expert, but it's good fun.
There we go. It turned you up. You should be good now.
Beep boop.
So-
I am here. Hello.
I have I actually was cutting these out during the stream. Let's see. I'm sharing my camera. I think I'm sharing my camera. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
So,
one of your cats are one-eyed?
Yeah. I got a little one-eyed tortoiseshell cat.
Aw. That's so
She's a sweetheart. She got hit by a car a few years back, and that was very expensive. That ended up costing us like $4,000 to get her fixed from that.
Yeah.
But the length you go to for your animals.
Yeah, they're family members, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I always got the cats running in the background on my stream there for this stuff.
Gotta play the hustle.
For those of you that are new here, I always have videos of my cats because I have fucking so many of them, and I'm a big old nerd for my cats.
Put my mask on,
so I'm gonna get kind of.
Don't start hoofing the paint now.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so what we had planned, or what we were talking about, was I've had this idea in my head of, I did just a rough concept of it on my channel earlier. It was just kind of like some spires or obelisks things.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the character. We can do the character in between. Is what I'm thinking. And so I had a picture in my head. And I already told Trym. I had a picture in my head of like a ebony obelisks with like a gray and red sky with a gray and red moon behind it. So.
Well, what made you think of this thing though? What brought this?
I don't know, and I don't know if it's a picture, if it was a picture I'd seen somewhere else, but there was just an image that popped into my head of like some like evil being standing between, especially when we were talking about, because last time we were talking about that Yusong Gong shit, right?
Yep.
The Star Wars stuff. And
Yeah.
so that really made me, I don't know, it just something about it made me think of a cruel like overlord standing between futuristic shit. I don't know.
Hey, I'm all for that, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy crap! That's my hate is my. Wow, hey, I'm glad you showed up. That's my younger brother.
Hey.
That's
Hello.
crazy.
What, Dave? What would you agree on? Should I just use Dave or DBP?
Yeah, just call me. Yeah, Dave. Dave is good.
Yeah. Dave's younger brother. Hello, hate. Hate. Ho. Actually, if we're gonna use Norwegian standard on your name, it's Hote. Because two A's become the O. I'm gonna put it in chat. That one.
So do a couple of these. Actually, I'm just gonna set this aside to dry because I've got like it's gonna take a minute. I'll do a couple of them, just in different shades, and let them dry and then go back to them.
Yeah.
So, yep, Mary's still kicking. She's doing a lot better. Let's say it's been a minute. I've got. Yeah.
Give Dave some love. Give him some more. Give him likes, guys. Give Dave some likes. He deserves the likes. All the likes.
Yeah, I messed up because I started to stop being so consistent. I think that's really what tanked my shit when I hit 1,000. But the not being so consistent really threw my views into the toilet.
Yeah. I
So
mean, consistency isn't really anything I'm good with either. Fucking hell, it's just, it's
yeah.
I try to be consistent, but like, when I got back home last time, it was just black pill fucking central, right? So I didn't even have the energy for the last thing we did, but I managed to just force myself to do it.
Yeah.
Now
you did a good job. You banged it out super quick. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I need some more paper.
I'm really grateful that you want to do these projects, because fucking hell, they're fun. It's always nice to speak with someone else who's just equally as passionate about this.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to do it. It's fun to do.
Oh yeah.
Today is a ridiculously busy day for me though. Because I got a friend's little girl's birthday party after this.
Oh.
Excuse me. My buddy's little girl's birthday party is after this, and then I have our D&D session, our Pathfinder session later tonight. So we haven't been able to do that for a minute.
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting that shit.
Oh. Predator kind of, yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're good. No, it's good to stay busy, like, and like I was a little sick earlier this week. I don't know if I caught like a little bit of a flu or a stomach bug or something, so my stomach was a little fucked up earlier this week, but
yeah.
feeling better now.
I mean, we're sort of getting into the season of that these days.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
The fall's worst fucking nightmare. You get fucking flus and colds like a motherfucker during spring, but during winter, it is the stomach that's hit the hardest.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Well, it tracks with the, you can track the trends with the school, like the school ins and outs, the school vacations, because each time the kids leave for vacation and come back, they disrupt the biome, right? So these kids go on vacation for like a week. The germ biome they're in. Oh, hey CS, what's up, man?
Hey, Caucasian
We
Sasquatch.
got the Caucasian Sasquatch in the house.
Nice.
But, oh man, I totally spaced where I was at. Fuck. Got too busy thinking about paint.
Man, you're
I
so
lost.
focused on hate, dude. That's not
Yeah.
healthy.
No, on paint. With a P.
Yeah.
Paint. I got to thinking about my paint because I'm looking at my, look at the chat. But yeah. So anyhow, I forgot where I was talking about there. Kind of derailed myself. So got a couple of these, and I'm just doing a couple of different coats of like base colors, and we'll see which one ends up looking the best in the end. And I'm trying to kill some cans too. I have some, like this navy blue is about dead.
Yeah.
It just died.
Murder it.
So this has started to become one of my favorite things to do though. Just because I open these cans, like, I got this can opener.
Can opener?
It's a fucking one of those side cut can openers. Let's see if I got it on screen there. Yeah, I got it on screen. It's just a fucking single thing can opener.
So you fucking just crack open the cans?
Yeah.
Huh. What do you do with the open cans then?
I throw them away. So this is these are empty. These are the empty cans. So I have this little bowl here that I've been pouring all my paint into, my empty paint, and so this bowl is just a bowl of paint and marbles. It's like a solid bowl of paint and marbles. And then I throw the can away. Because I feel bad about throwing paint away, first off. And I don't want, I'm kind of careful about disposing of my shit because I don't want the kids to get a hold of like just a little bit of paint and go graffiti somewhere around here. Yeah, paint chips from the windowsill. I was just talking to my mom about that yesterday. Because she was talking about how she painted the house with lead paint in the 80s with my sister. Like, she's pregnant with my sister and she painted the house with lead paint. And I was like, because my sister is arguably the most normal one in my entire family.
So what you're saying, we should go back to lead paint then?
Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. I was like, wow, that's a powerful argument for lead paint right there.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so the blue and black one is pretty dry. We'll swap these out.
Apparently these fellas think that paint is candy. You know. I hear you can see some very magical and funny stuff if you hook it. Let's see.
Okay, so yeah, there's some crazy stories about that. People huffing paint. Like, that's most of the reason why I started wearing a mask. Because I didn't think that, like, because when I first did it, I'd just wear like a regular fucking bandana or something over my face. And then I started blowing my nose and it was like black. And then one time I was like, I was done painting and I thought, I feel okay. And then I went inside and I ended up staring at something for like 10 minutes and I'm like, oh shit, I am not okay. So I was like, I was high as a kite. And so, okay, so I think give it the space. There'll be room here for a dude. I'll put the moon in the background here. I should outline that. We'll do something like this. Maybe catch in between the two of them. Maybe a little higher.
I like the stencils. They look fucking awesome.
Thanks. That, and then when we draw something, it can be in front of the moon. It can be framing the top of it.
Lovely.
That should be cool. Okay.
Oh, okay. So Caucasian has a good one. How do you feel about home defense nuke? My here is my response. Legalize nuclear bombs.
Yeah, legalize nukes.
Yep. I hold
Look at my-
I hold the Shadow Wizard Money Gang opinion. Legalize nuclear bombs.
Shadow Wizard money.
I-
Dude,
I-
my son has been on me to paint the Shadow. He's like, dude, Dad, you gotta paint Shadow Wizard money game. Come on, paint Shadow Wizard money game.
Dude, you could do really fucking well with that.
Forever. Well, I started to make a stencil. I was gonna make like a multi-layered stencil, but that's hard to do when you're hand cutting everything.
Yeah.
And so I am gonna do it for one of my blacklight streams,
Ah.
because even the song that goes with that shit it's pretty fire. It's pretty
Oh
good.
yeah. The thing is, there's this one dude on YouTube who makes, I don't know, I don't want to call him low quality. The figures are overly simple,
Uh-huh.
but they look really fucking cool. So, fuck, I don't remember what it is, but if you... Shit, I'll search it up. I'm currently making myself the last meal for today, because I'm keeping with my fast and shit.
Oh, hey, good for you.
If you hear any chewing noises, please tell me and I'll fucking make adjustments accordingly. Anyway.
I know. I've seen you guys, these Norwegians, eat fish like fucking gollum. I understand.
I mean, when we eat sushi, kinda. But yeah, there's this animation thing where this tiny little wizard thing is basically the drawing is just a purple blotch that has badly drawn arms, eyes, and a fucking wiggly beard, right? And he just comes rolling in towards this knight character, does some hand signs, claps his hands, out come a fucking nuke, like, legalize nuclear bombs. And they're so cool because there's a lot of these shorts where this wizard just fucking harasses this knight. There's this one where he just keeps throwing fireballs, right? And in the end, he runs out of mana. It shows that his hands just doesn't work anymore with throwing spells. So the knight laughs at him, to which the wizard responds by pulling up a fucking gun.
That's right.
Oh, dude.
Out of mana, but not out of options.
Exactly. That's the thing. I think it kind of dressed in Filesy, to be honest. And yes, I am a huge fucking nerd when it comes to dress files. I fucking love it.
Man.
I got some
Yeah,
plans,
me
by
too.
the way. I got some plans because me, Arden, and Disco, we're big Dressed in Files fan, and I've managed to talk them into joining me on a book club kind of thing with them.
Oh, really? Dude, I love the Dresden Files, dude. Actually, me and my son went through them all with, we read through them all on Audible. So
Yeah.
we're just waiting for the next one to come out.
Same.
It'll be
Hell.
out. I think it's supposed to be out soon.
I can ask Ardent and Disco if they're okay with you joining. Probably more people to join in.
Oh, yeah.
Because the plan is that we're gonna talk about the Dresden Files and go through each book, sort of like a book clubby version.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be drawing shit for like, since it'll be on my channel, I'll be drawing some stuff, and then we'll talk over what we liked about the book, what we think about the different characters, about the journey of Dresden throughout that story, right?
Yeah.
It won't be
dope.
it won't be all the time. It'll maybe be bi-monthly, depending on how time works. But it's basically gonna be one of those we'll do it when we can do it kind of things.
Right.
So hell, I'll ask Ardent and Disco if you want to, you can join as well.
Oh.
Then we'll have
Yeah,
more
it's
hosts.
always, if the time works out, I would love to do it.
Yes.
That's always the weird. That's the weird factor, because I'm so far east or west compared to everybody else, right? Just because even if I'm in Idaho, but I'm like so far away from everybody. I'm like 8 hours away from most people.
Yep.
Generally 2 hours away from most of the. Because I think when I look at my metrics and stuff, like my viewers come from all over the country, but most of them are East Coast.
Yeah. Man, I knew more about the American thing. Well, yeah, and that's one thing I like is that in Dresden Files you kind of point out that thing because I don't remember in which part of it, but there's many times where he just pulls out a fucking gun and just clearly states that sometimes it's good to have just a gun. Bang! Oh man, Harry just... I like his progression as a character because you feel that he grows more powerful with each book, but even if he fights literal fucking demigods, he defeats them in ways that are believable.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, there isn't much plot armor. There isn't much. There is some plot armor, of course, but there is a lot of it that is explained in a way. Because the thing is, plot armor isn't a bad thing. Poorly explained plot armor is a bad thing.
Yes. Yeah, and they did. Like, Bitcher does a really good job, I think, of keeping track of things. Like, I really, like, keeping Harry, like, humble. You know what I mean? Like, he's not overpowered. He's not a fucking Mary Sue. He's not, you know, and he is plot armored in the sense that, yeah, he's the fucking protagonist of the books. But he gets fucking shot in one of them. You know, like straight up gets fucking assassinated in one of them.
Not just fucking shot. He gets his bones broken, shit, and everything he does, it accumulates. Like, hell, he gets his hand burned, and he has to deal with that shit for like what 4 or 5 books after before that shit heals properly.
Yeah, you know, I thought that was a really, really cool thing for Butcher to throw in there. Was like how, like. Like Harry was limited by that. Like he really was limited by that.
Hell, the hand didn't get better. Hand didn't get better until like the last story with Morgan.
Right. Morgan.
Hey, Besik's here. What's up, Besik?
Oh, hey. Yeah, Dresden Files. That's what we're talking about, Callum.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking. I keep thinking of when that guy shot Murphy. It's like, ugh, motherfucker. That would have been the best, like... See, and the way that was handled was really good, too, because it made you really believe, like, oh shit, Harry's really gonna kill this guy, and I'm kind of here for it. But then he didn't. Like, it was a good example of a character arc for him. So, anyhow, yeah, I think the next book is supposed to be out in October, maybe. I can't remember exactly.
I don't know. Is it coming out this year?
I thought so.
Oh, man,
yeah, because we're going through. My son and I are going. Currently, we're reading for Dune.
Ah, that's a good story.
Yeah, because I fucking love Dune. Dune's one of my favorite, like, sci-fi, the new sci-fi stories. Like, it's one of the best sci-fi universes, in my opinion. Like, it's a pity that Herbert died and his stupid son took over writing those, because fuck, those books suck ass.
I mean, he did. It's clear that the son went the way he wanted to go, but it's clear that fucking Herbert started preparing the enemy, the 2 people at the end of the Herbert's book. It's clear that they were fucking hyper advanced to play Laxu, not some kind of AI remnant.
Yeah. It was an interesting, like, it was good to see where he was going to take it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I was really, so I was curious, and I gave we read the Butlerian Jihad books by Brian Herbert. I think, who's the other guy? Who is Kevin J. Anderson? Is that the other fucker who wrote this shit with him? Anyhow. We read those, and it's like, the first book is like, okay, I think this is okay. And then the second book is like, there's a lot of this shit that doesn't make sense. And the third book comes along and you're like, okay, you must think I'm fucking stupid if you want me to believe this fucking story. Like, you're just insulting my intelligence with the story at this fucking point, fucker. So, really, I cannot recommend against those books hard enough.
Yeah. And also, here's the one funny thing, that the Butlerian Jihad is against machines and AIs. But the thing is that the main bad guys are the people in control of the machines.
Well, yeah, because that was the whole thing with the Butlerian Jihad was, it wasn't that the machines themselves took control, it's that people used the machines to take control of other people.
Yeah, so here's the best part. People say we're entering a cyberpunk dystopia. No, we're entering fucking Dune dystopia.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go into Butlerian Jihad.
Yes, that's the fucking thing. When I don't remember when I realized this part, but it's sort of like it started just pointing out shit. There's like, we're not entering 1984. We're fucking entering the fucking pre-Butlerian Jihad Dune.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly right, LGM. Those are not canon. None of the bullshit. Because they came up with, like, the Ultra Spice, and then at some point they made Sea Spice, so the Ultra Spice was made by sea worms. And I only know this because I listened to Quinn's Idea fucking talk about the expanded universe. And I thought it was so absolutely fucking retarded that I'm just like, this is... Like, it made the Butlerian Jihad seem like not as retarded in comparison. Okay, so that moon turned out pretty cool. I think we'll do some smoky clouds around it. So find my cloud bar. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Callum, that is a bit mistaken. It is. Some magic is evil, and again, I'm using Dresden files. Like, magic can be formed by your intent, but there's clearly evil magic, right? Because there's magic that just corrupts you constantly. I mean, Cal Dayton, he wrote robots and AI are like magic. Neither is inherently evil. It's who uses them and how is evil.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of agree, but I also disagree because there are magic that is evil, or at least constantly pushes you to become evil.
Yeah, I could see that. Like in the term, like if you're talking about like Harry Potter, like there's a curse kind of magic shit. Yeah, I could see that. I think that. Yeah, I tend to agree more with him though. It's like they're tools, right? It's like most things, they can be tools. Like even like just genetically engineering a fucking virus is evil, but the genetic engineering itself is not the evil part. You know, it's the end use of it. Now,
yeah, but the difference is that I don't view, because that science in itself is inherent. That is truly without any sort of morality, without any inherent evil or good. It is just is. But magic is
right here.
Magic has always been some sort of deeper force. It is a greater force. It has more in it. You never really truly understand it, but you can understand how it kind of works. But magic affects you. It's almost as if it has a presence and a will of its own without an actual sentience. I mean, that's why you have the laws of magic in Dresden Files. Because when you start... Oh, that's nice. But when you start using dark magic, you start falling to the temptation of it. It is not much temptation rather than an inclination. It's become more and more normal for you to use dark magic.
Okay, yeah, I think that's exactly. I think it's normalization. I think that's what it is.
Yes.
It's not necessarily an inclination. It's that the pathway has been created Okay, so I'm looking at that, and I think they look straight from where I'm sitting, but they might be a little crooked.
Yeah. They don't have to be completely straight. I mean, it looks fucking
Okay.
cool.
Okay. We'll do the next one here. At the very top there, fuck up that nice moon that I spent so much time working on. Okay. This is like the purple and black one. So.
I like it. It's really cool. It's very light though.
It's the oh, this one? Oh, it's the sun shining on everything.
Yes.
So try to push this out a little bit down a little further, I think. Push that up a little more. And that one up and that one down.
I kind of agree with Callum, but the thing is, viewing magic as if it's just science, like if you use it in alchemy, using magic as a means for something, right? In alchemy I like, because it's just you use it, and the way you use it determines if it's good or bad. But
yeah.
When you're a sorcerer, a magician, a wizard, when you physically use the energy, the morality of the magic gets a far more deeper form, far more deeper meaning.
I think that's interesting in that because that's it's obviously a common literary trope, the magic is going to corrupt you and everything like that. And I think that it is an interesting thing, because it's just an example of like, it's paving the path. Right? It's not taking you all the way there, but it's paving the path for you to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the path of the dark side, obviously, It's basically, again, like the slippery slope thing, like we were talking about on Salt. It's the kind of all or nothing approach in a way, or that even opening the door for some things is a bad idea.
Yeah, but it goes into the Force is again, it is good and evil in that you can apply evil attitudes and evil means and methods to the dark side.
Yeah.
Because it makes you more inclined to follow the darker natures. It is the reason why it's called darker natures, right?
Right.
The Force is not a neutral thing. It is a two-sided force, right?
Yeah,
you have
It's
good.
like a balanced thing.
Exactly. You have good, you have evil, objectively. People who use the dark side are not good people.
So it's like it's a binary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the dark side always kind of was a binary as presented in Star Wars anyways. Right? Like, it's that you are slipping into the dark side. Inside of fully embracing the dark side, it was like, don't even step on the path.
Yeah.
That path leads to the dark side was something they've said commonly, so.
Yeah. I do understand that. And also you also have like other forms where like, oh, you are just this and that, but it depends on how you use it. But I think that magic in many cases shouldn't be easily attainable for everyone. Things where everyone can use it to an extent, I like that, but through different means. Like a truly neutral force of energy formed by the people who use it. There must be a moral compunction to it, right? Because power corrupts. Magic is almost absolute power.
Yeah.
And absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Well, now, I guess that's a question, though. If you're in a world where it's like, and maybe this is just kind of the anime nerd in me, but if you're in a world where magic is normal, right? Like, it's mundane. Magic is effectively mundane. Is that magic likely, or is it just the excess of power in general? It's not the access to power itself, but it's the imbalance of power that leads to that leads to the dark side, more than just the actual access to it, I guess.
Yeah. Or rather,
So-
the excess of using it. You're
Yeah,
using
yeah.
it's sort of like a drug in a way. Too much.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, too much of a good thing is bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, things in moderation are bad. Or without moderation are bad, you know? Like violently throwing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So... Trying to find the darker red here. Oh, it's purple.
I know LMG. The Force is not neutral. The Force has light or dark side. It has good and evil.
Yeah, it's binary.
It is. Yeah, it is binary.
Huh.
Nah, not the Force, dude. You're right about many other things. It can work for Magic too, but I prefer it when it has that thicker, deeper meaning to it. It becomes more because it's Magic in itself. If you just use it as an energy for something, that is also pretty cool. You can do a lot with it because then it's the intent of the user. But when you start delving into far deeper forms of power, like, to me, power has a price. It always needs to have a price. You can't just use a super spell and just be able to use a super spell, right? It's why I don't really like how anime uses magic in many ways. Because when you use power, you need to pay a price.
Well, that's why Full Metal Alchemist kicks ass, because it's equivalent exchange, right? Like,
yes, and
everything comes at a
everyone
cost.
who can use alchemy to the point where you can just clap your hands together, they have sacrificed something that is so precious that they all regret losing it. Everyone. If you talk with anyone who can use the fucking make a circle using their own hands by clapping their hands together, and ask any of them if you would given up the power to get back what you lost, they would have said yes. Take this shit away from me. I want back. I mean, that's the main drive of every single character there.
Well, and that's kind of the hallmark of a well-written character.
Yes.
That they do have that.
Hell, I mean, just look at what Ed did at the end of Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's the most heroic fucking thing. Gave up everything. Like, the best alchemist in the world, and he gave up all of it just to get his brother back. That is a fucking heroic sacrifice.
Which is understandable.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, without family, you don't have anything.
Exactly.
Like, that's another reason why I really like Full Metal Alchemist, is because they did play on that a lot, about like, how important family is. Like, the brothers were really inseparable, and, like, their whole motivation for everything was basically family.
Yeah. Let's see. The Living Force, yeah, that's the thing about, if I'm gonna get all autistic in it, the greater force, you know, the all surrounding force, that is the one that is a neutral power. It is the living force that is the one with the moral component. Because it's the living that decides whether it's dark or light. I'm talking to a Caucasian.
Oh.
And Little Green Martian says, is the dark magic inherently dark, or is it dark because evil people use it? Both,
No.
actually. Dark
or would
people.
you say evil people use it because it's dark? I think that's the more likely.
Yeah, evil people
that's-
are drawn to it because it's a natural thing. It's something that, it's like a moth to a flame, right? Which is
something
kind
like
of a
that.
thing where I like that the people who believe they are masters of it are just victims of their own power. And that's something I like.
Right.
People with the delusions of godhood and grandeur are nothing more but a fucking addict searching for a new kick. Yes, and that's the best part about evil magic, because you can justify it. And this is the thing, like in Dresden Files, again, I'm using that a lot because it's my favorite use of magic. You use necromancy, and you are more prone to using it, right? And you can use evil magic to do some good, but it irreversibly scars you. It changes you gradually. It makes you... Okay, so I did this to save the village, but now this problem comes along, and I need this power, so I guess it justifies me to do this, but that is not enough this time. Okay, now I need to do something worse. How about I just slaughter the enemies and raise them up as corpses too, right?
Well, that's because power given is not seated easily, you know, like it's just like the government.
Yeah.
If you give them emergency powers, they're going to create emergencies to exercise the powers. But that's kind of the same thing, like it's just a matter of...
Yeah. Hate and love are essentially just I'm just talking a little bit to Callum here too. Hate and love are essentially the same thing. Both are passion. And that's the thing that is something that the dark side and light side are scared of. The light side because it brings you closer to the dark side, but the passion of love just can bring you out of the funk, you know?
Well, that's why they always advise the Jedi against love, because they knew that passion.
Yes, and that is why
could
Sith,
lead to.
And that is why Sith cling to hate, because they, if they do it for love, it will twist them. I mean, hell, the Sith don't even deny love. They don't even avoid love. They embrace it, but they embrace it for the same reason as to gain more power. I will use love to further and develop myself in the rush of using the dark side. I mean, the best description of how the dark side works is, as I've seen it so far, is in the Revenge of the Sith novel. The way Dooku and Palpatine and in the end Vader just uses it.
Yeah, I never read those books.
Yeah. I mean, another thing is like, magic itself is inherently evil. I also like that idea.
Like it's a subversion of the natural order in a way.
Yes. In Dresden Files, magic is a part of the world. It is the life of the world. But in other forms, like take Monster Hunter International, magic is a unnatural thing. Or in many ways, magic is unnatural, right?
Right.
Not completely, but it's hard to explain to get into real fucking details. But the most easy to get to magic, the magic that is easy to get to, that corrupts you. That defiles you. That makes you a monster really fucking quickly. But there's other magic adjacent things that can be based upon like faith or other good things. There is good magic too, but easy magic is dark magic, basically.
Right.
At least how far I see it.
Well, I could see that. Because anything, you know, like anything worthwhile comes at a price.
Yep.
So.
I like that effect you get there, so like a twisted eclipse.
Yeah, it's gonna... I should have that darker. Okay, yeah, we're gonna make the planet darker this time.
Awesome.
I made it lighter. I did a little darker the first time, but... Yeah.
You could try making one that is darker. The other two have been pretty bright. You can try to make it a little darker and see how it turns out. That'll be interesting. Any dark magic can be used for good if you let it. No, it cannot, because he used dark magic, which stains him, and over time, it's like using drugs, dude. Over time, he'll find more and more need to use it again. He can justify it, but in the end, it will always put a stain on him.
And that's why Harry always resisted Lashiel.
Oh yeah, again, the entire journey, Harry struggles with this the entire series. I mean, first it is his stain from using dark magic in his teenage years. That's something that always kind of sticks with him.
Yeah.
But he works through it. Then it comes to the coin of Lashiel, which is just the best way of describing it. But after Lashiel disappears, it goes to the mantle of winter.
Oh yeah, the winter night mantle. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and Harry always have to deal with something, have to fight with something of a dark urge, and my favorite Harry is the one wrestling with. The best Harry is when he wrestles with an actual physical force, and Harry's character became really good when he got Lashiel.
Yeah.
And especially how she constantly like, yeah, but you still use me. It was your choice, Harry.
Right.
And yeah, and how he just accepts it, but still keeps on pushing even there, and constantly questioning himself. That's the thing that makes Harry a good guy, despite the times he uses the dark magics, because he constantly questions himself, and then he starts making precautions to how he can be stopped should he go all the way over. Because he knows he's not infallible, and the power he plays with is capital D dangerous. So he makes deals and bargains to make sure that he will never truly be able to harm anyone if he falls.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's a really, it's just a really well written series.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a really good character.
Yeah. Thank you for dropping by, Callum. It's been really nice. You made some really good points too. That said, it's just I have my view of it, and that is not the. What I say is just the things I prefer. It is not the hard set fact. It's basically just how I prefer to view it. So I'm not saying that my view is better. It's just the one I cling to because this one I think is best personally. But is it the right way or wrong way? No. The only thing you have to do is write in a way which I like.
I'm gonna say no. I'm right. I'm right.
Well, I've
there
always...
is definitely right and wrong way, and mine's the right way, and everybody else is the wrong way.
Well, I'm trying to be a bit diplomatic. I've been a stubborn hard ass for so long that I gotta try and give a little bit of a leeway. Also, I can't scare away our views now, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Callum, you can write a OP character well, but you need to give them something they struggle with. They need to have a counter.
Like One Punch Man.
Nah, I don't like the guy. I don't like him.
Because it's like, well, I mean, but the point of it is like, he's kind of a joke.
Yeah, he is a joke, but the problem is that they started trying to make a more serious out of it. One Punch Man should have stopped after the invasion of Foboro. They shouldn't have done any more after that. After the fucking aliens were stopped, it should have stopped there. Hell, it should have just stopped after the battle against Kabuto or whatever the fuck that Neon Genesis Evangelion copy guy was.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. I liked the first season of One Punch Man, but after that, no. It just became ridiculous because you know that you cannot win. You'll never win over him. No threat will be posed to him.
Right.
There need to be a risk inherent. It's one of the reasons why I stopped watching Overlord too. Because nothing will happen to him. You will never be stopped, you will never be challenged, you will always have some kind of cake on Kodori, and the worst part is that he's so powerful and he's a complete fucking retard. He doesn't know shit, he doesn't know anything, he has no plan. Everyone around him is like, oh, you're so genius. It should have been a parody, but they just go serious at it, and then that's why I stopped watching Overlord.
I haven't seen any of that. I've seen some of the newer seasons. I suck because I can't, like, just sit down and watch shit hardly at all anymore. So I have to have it on in the background to watch anything. So I have to watch everything with dubs. So I can't, I'm a filthy casual, I can't watch subs because I'm doing shit. And so, I'm behind on a bunch of seasons of shows because they haven't released them with fucking dubs yet. And I'm a scrub. So. Yeah.
Also, I like Little Green Martian too because, again, he follows the binary. That binary works really well in some stories too, but there is no perfectly good people. And if a perfectly good person uses a dark force, and a dark force is greater than the person, no matter what, the power is greater than the person, it is essentially setting up a good guy to become evil. Because when you use dark power, it corrupts you from within and without. Good intentions are paved. What's the saying
The
again?
road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Exactly. And in the end, you stop seeing where evil and good is. Because that's the thing. You can be corrupted by it. That is the nature of power. Because there is no individual who is greater than power.
Well, and that's where history's greatest massacres have always come from.
Yes.
It's people who thought they were good enough to it's not gonna happen on my watch.
Exactly.
We're gonna fix this stuff. It's not gonna happen on my watch. It's like, no, yeah. It is.
And like, those are the most annoying people. The best characters are those who accept their weakness, know of their weakness, and try to work through them. Like Tristan, the best character there. Or hell, even fucking Aragorn from Lord of the Rings has his moments with this.
Oh yeah.
Sam,
I think...
hell, Sam himself has these moments in Lord of the Rings. He instantly, after getting the ring, he takes the almost 2 years that Frodo had been struggling with the ring. Sam gets to almost the same point of Frodo in not even a fucking day.
Yeah, right, in like no time. Yeah, that was really, again, good character writing.
Yeah.
You know, good high stakes character writing.
Yeah, and the best good guys are those who actually manage to resist the urge of their darker natures, because everyone has dark natures. There's not a single person, alive or dead, who ever in history of humanity, and never even in the future, can be considered a perfectly good person, because everyone has the capacity for evil.
I mean, except for me, I'm good.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, buddy. Hell, even me, goddamn, dude. Half the time, I'm just an asshole most of the time, dude. I've never go around saying I'm a perfectly good guy, or I'm like that. I know I'm not directly evil, but I got some hell fucking capacity for being a terrible fucking person.
Okay. This one's gonna be a little different. Let's see what it looks like now with the...
I like how the fire between the monoliths are pointing out.
Yeah. It was a little sticky still. Son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, yes, Daedalus the Conqueror. Holy shit, I like him. Like, I do understand when many people get the fucking Mary Sue argument with Daedalus the Conqueror, but for him, it works really well because Daedalus is like, what, 80-something when he fucking gets reformed, and he has already spent like 10, 20 years on suicide watch. I really recommend Shadow of the Conqueror. It is a really good book. Hell, he's dedicated himself to becoming a good guy, and even then, he still has so much dark nature in himself that he just has to struggle with it constantly. Have you read Shad Brooks' book? Shadow of the Conqueror?
I haven't, dude. No, okay, that's what it was. That's Shad's books. No, I haven't read those.
I really recommend it. It is far from perfect, but it is pretty darn good.
Yeah, no. I've heard those were really good books.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's currently one book, but I'm looking forward to the sequel because he's built a really unique world. It is a world I've never really ever heard about in any other book, because in any setting, because there the world is essentially like sky islands constantly falling through. Like, imagine the world is between two portals.
Mm-hmm.
And it falls through. You know the portals in the game Portal, right?
Yeah.
Fire one portal above and one portal below, and just put something between and just watch it fall.
Yeah.
Constantly that, and that is how They call days for falls there because everything just falls.
Interesting.
And you have
That's funny.
Yeah, and you have fucking rock, you have fucking everything. It's like, yeah, everything seems to be composed. There's so much in it, and the idea of the entire world is amazing. And you have this semi-undead thing going on in which if people aren't exposed to actual sunlight or light within a certain amount of time, like several days or months, they turn into these vampiric mass-murdering monsters.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Fuck yeah, you have a few they talk about a past event, and they talk about many other things. It is just, again, Chad has built one hell of a world. The first book is a good start. It starts better than fucking Dresden Files, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so. And I'm really hoping that Chad makes a second book. And he's also consistent with his own rules. And yes, his main character is overpowered. He learns really fucking fast, but he's not unstoppable until a certain point. Though. I don't know how to feel that, but he figures it out in a point where it's understandable. Like, the main character is a progeny, and he has an entire life full of experiences. And it's honestly one of the better reasons to why the character is relatively overpowered. Later, Callum. It was nice having you here, dude. You made a lot of good...
Thanks for coming by, Callum. I really do appreciate it, man.
Yeah. And also, you
Plus,
do LMG. I just want to point out, even though I disagree with this and that you're saying, you still have good points. Like, there are stories where that works. It's just not stories I would frequently read myself, because I don't believe that. It's something I just can't find myself agreeing on, because nobody is incorruptible. Everyone is corruptible. It's just human nature.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much the... I mean, and again, like, authors actually recognizing and taking advantage of that literary device is really cool to me.
Yeah.
It's a little too rare.
Yeah. It's like,
okay, so...
that is essentially the hallmark of a Marisu. You are incorruptible. You never truly fail because you are perfect. It's like,
right,
yeah,
right.
that, to me, is like, being overpowered is not being a Marisu. Being perfectly incorruptible makes you a Marisu.
Yeah.
And that is basically how Rey was. Because, oh, you can be to the dark side, you can come to the dark side, here's a vision of you being in the dark side, but I am not, crosses lightsabers and suddenly magic lightning palpitates to death.
See, and I never, like, I'm so disengaged. I have no idea what happened in the last movies. Because,
don't. It is. Let me just pull like this. They resurrected Palpatine, and then they killed him off. And made him magic stupid.
Like, I know the cliff notes of it, but I never actually watched it. Like, I'm never going to.
Yeah.
I will never, ever.
I watched Force Awakens on cinema. I watched The Last Jedi on cinema, and I wouldn't be caught dead in the cinema of the last one.
No, that was, yeah.
I fucking hate it.
I saw Force Awakens. I didn't watch it in the movie theater. I saw Force Awakens, and I thought, well, that's okay, we'll give it a shot. And I saw Rogue One, because I got invited to that through a work thing.
Yeah.
And I thought Rogue One was okay, even though it retconned a bunch of shit that was unnecessary to retcon.
It didn't retcon all of it, but...
It didn't, but...
It's not that
Bothan
much,
thing
though.
was...
No, it's
it's not a ton.
Wait, was the Bothan in the first one or second one?
The Bothans were the ones who supposedly smuggled the Death Star plans out originally.
Wait, was it?
When they get the plans, they say a lot of Bothan spies died to give us this information.
Wait, then I remember my Star Wars originals wrongly here, because I thought the Bothans were in the second movie. In the third movie, I mean.
No, they said the Bothan... No, in, the...
Shit.
When they get the plans for the Death Star. When they get the plans for the Death Star originally, they say a lot of Bothans died to get you this information. In the original extended canon, the Bothans were like these dog-looking people, and they were big into espionage.
because they were all over, like, in places of power across the universe, because they were kind of this administrative class of people, but they were also big in espionage. And so they stole the plans for the Death Star to give to the rebels. And the ones who were caught, like, a lot of them died as a result of it. And I think a bunch of them were executed or something like that. But
Yeah. I mean,
But so Rogue One obviates the significance of that.
yeah,
Any
you could still get them there, but shit. Yeah, you gotta do some major fucking mental gymnastics in order to make Rogue
Yeah.
One fit that one.
But it's still a like,
Oh,
it's still
man.
a good show.
It did birth that beautiful meme of Bothan dying so
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, Bothans died at their breakfast. Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the reproduction rates? No wonder.
Yeah. Color am I looking for now?
Unfairly getting shit on, but hey, say la vie, if I can use the French. Oh, dude, that's actually the chants of Republic during the invasion of the Yuuzhan Vong were actually a Bothan.
Oh, there you go.
He was a hard ass and a strict hardliner, and he sat in his own fucking office. And when the Yuuzhan Vong came to fucking kill him, he stood there. I think he'd been shot or stabbed or some shit. And if I remember correctly, he fucking blew up his own fucking office then to get captured or killed by the Yuuzhan. He was like, no, well, you're here now to kill me, huh? Fuck you. Pushes the fucking red button. Kaboom. I ain't going like a bitch and you're going with me, baby.
It's like taking that, handing somebody the gun with 2 bullets.
Yeah.
Like, here, I've got this gun here. If something crazy happens, shoot me and then shoot yourself.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what movie was that? I just watched a movie.
There's a lot of movies that use that. It's like,
It was
a
like
lot of them.
it was a Western anthology. I'm trying to think of what the fuck it was.
Are you talking about Serenity?
But there's a chick on no. Actually, I think it may have been the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I think it may have been in the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Okay.
There's a part where there's these people crossing the prairie on a wagon train, and all of a sudden they get attacked. It was this guy and this woman.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he gives her the gun, and it's like, if I die, shoot yourself. And he doesn't die, but she shoots herself because she thought he died.
Yeah.
So it's kind of kind of grim.
That was Buster Scruggs. Shit, I thought it was
Yeah, that's what that was. That was an interesting little show.
Yeah, I liked it, but I kind of didn't quite like it.
Yeah, I know. It was hit and miss. Because the short story, some of them were good. Like, I was really expecting more out of the first little Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, I was expecting more Buster Scruggs out of Buster Scruggs, man. But you did get some of that meme things like, first time getting hanged.
Yeah.
That
is funny when you get to see the meme scenes. Like, if I'm ever watching SpongeBob occasionally.
Yeah.
I used to watch it with my kids when they were younger, and we'd see the meme scenes, and it's like, they don't get the significance of them, but it makes me laugh to see them.
Yep.
So...
Oh Lord, I miss the old days when it came to entertainment. Hell, I know it probably will never happen, me being rich, but if I ever become like filthy rich, I'm gonna start fucking using money to try and nurture talents to create their own universes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hire a midget to make taffy for me.
Ha! Glorious. That is glorious. Oh shit. Oh, that reminds me. I got a recipe for vanilla fudge, sugar-free vanilla fudge.
Sugar-free. That doesn't sound good at all.
No, it's you can make some good one with sugar replacements, but that's why I came so late, because first of all my car was being a little bit of a bitch, but I couldn't find a fucking syrup type I was looking for.
Oh snap.
And now it's Sunday, and you can't really go fucking buy anything on a fucking Sunday, so I have to wait until Monday.
Oh, really? Like all the shops close up and shit on Sunday?
Yeah. Alright, it's alright. Hey, you, if that's you shit posting, I find it fucking, man. I find it enjoyable, man. Have a good one, man.
Oh, yeah. Peace out, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, peace out, little brother. I love you, man. I have to call you and give you a call so to catch up with you. I'm liking this with the white stripes on here. Looks like this is going to be our last one. Yeah, so...
Hello, base. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading up the little green portions. I'm sure I get it right. Monkey! Oh, actually, the fault is not on Monkey this time. He thought it would be on my channel. I was a big retard, and apparently I didn't say loud enough that we're doing it on your channel, so I'm sorry about that. Sorry, Based. Let's see. Though that means evil magic is due to evil that is present in mankind. Without the evil in mankind, magic is, in all its forms, cannot utilize in an evil way. It's evil in mankind or not. Yes and no. It's a bit... I see what you mean. Like, the thing that you say about magic and it truly being a neutral force, yes, it works. And you can do it real fucking well, too. And that what you're saying there is... It's sort of halfway the magic in Dresden Files, but... How would you put the magic in Dresden Files? Because there is a neutrality to the force itself, but there is darkness to it, not just because of human, but it's more like based on the emotional spectrum, because magic is tied to emotions really strongly.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And,
in Dresden Universe.
Yeah, because in Dresden, the magic is really depending on your emotional states. Like, if you hate someone, if you are really aggressively minded, you are really likely to cast dark spells. You must want to do something. It's when you throw a fireball in Dresden, it is because you believe that that guy needs to be burned, right?
Yep.
It is not like pointing a gun and shooting. You have to put absolute stone-hard faith in what you do. It is not something you can accidentally do. Like like he points out that if he casts a spell and it goes, it's really dangerous if you cast a spell without actually believing in it, or if you cast magic in a way which you don't believe in, because it will damage the way you in which you use magic.
It can hurt
like,
you. It'll reverberate back at you, right?
Yeah,
like,
and it'll also just reduce your ability to use magic in the future too.
Yeah.
It puts a lot of risk on the power, and that is something I love with power in Dresden and other fucking stories, because power should not be easy, or if it is easy, quote unquote, it should really just damage you. Because
yeah, if it's yeah.
Yeah.
Well, power should always come at a cost. That's the idea.
Yeah.
God.
Like, you can't do magic as in like they do in D&D and like they do in Harry Potter, because in Harry Potter, magic is truly neutral. There is no real evil or good magic, but it is in Harry Potter. It is the person who uses the magic who decides if it's evil or not.
Yeah.
It is marred with the intent of the user.
But there is like certain spells that they say are evil.
Yeah, but they're evil
but
because, they were invented by evil people. It is magic used for evil ways.
Well, and there's literally like no other way to use like a killing curse that's not like evil in some way.
Huh.
So
well, you
like,
can use other magics. You can easily kill someone else with any other spell, right?
Oh, right.
The good guys rip people apart. Just look what fucking Ginny's mom did. Miss Weasley did to fucking Bellatrix. I mean, she had it. The bitch had it fucking coming.
She had it coming.
I'd say that fucking way of murdering someone was far more brutal than fucking Avada Kedavra. Because
Right.
Avada Kedavra is just a green flash and you're dead.
Well, right, you know, but the point is like, there's at no point where a spell like Avada Kedavra can be used to save someone's life unless you're taking someone else's life.
Exactly.
Right. So it's not
Yeah.
a spell that's like it's kind of an inherently evil thing to do.
Yeah.
Right? You can't. Hey, buddy. Yeah, sorry, I'm just talking to somebody here.
Hello, whoever that is.
This is my neighbor. Come by, say hi.
Ah, nice.
All right, so this will be the third one. This one got kind of, actually, towards the end here, it got a little messy, but it should be okay.
Yeah, and we were going for like 1 hour and 20 minutes, so.
Yeah, we've been going for an hour or so.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 good images here. I think we can work a reference in.
Yeah.
I'll get pictures of them.
Oh,
And,
I like the last one there. It is really. I've always liked these monoliths in darkness, but again, you need to take a picture of them so I can see the wholeheartedly thing, because I see the shine of the sky above there.
You getting the shine from the, because I got to do this on my patio.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll definitely I'll post them. I'll take pictures of them. I'll post them on my channel.
Yeah.
I'll throw them in the Sultan's Discord and I'll post them in my channel.
Yeah, and just DM to me and then just give them a name or a number so we can just like, oh, choose this one, instead of being like, do you mean this one or this one?
Yeah. All right, and so I think we're gonna do, what did we plan, part 2 on the 9th? Is when we scheduled
I
it.
think it was the 9th.
Yeah, the 9th of October in the morning. It's a Monday. Actually, I took that day off of work so we could do it. So I hope that's
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah. And we do it as late as we do today, right?
No, actually, I think we're doing it earlier that day.
Okay. Lovely.
We're doing it a couple hours earlier that day. So
Yeah. Let's see.
All
I
right.
also, but fuck, I think I have. Yeah, I think there was planned something with. Oh shit! I just gotta restructure something. Nothing bad.
okay. All
But
right.
we're keeping the same date, yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna throw a link, or do you want to throw a link to your channel in the Discord here?
Give
In
me
the
2
chat.
seconds. I need to just get onto the damn thing.
Yeah, I know. Let me take my mask off.
Hurry!
Okay. I can breathe again.
Let's see. Also, Rene is now doing a stream, and she's the creator of the comic Fiendish.
Oh,
She does a stream right now. This is the link for my channel. It should be my channel. It is my channel. Yep. Good. I'm glorious.
I would say everybody check out Trym's channel, but I think everybody here already knows, is already
Yeah.
in your channel. But all the same, if you're not, go check out Trym's channel. Give him a subscription. Follow his shit. He makes dope stuff. And hopefully, we're gonna make some cool shit here in a few weeks on Trym's channel. And that's all I got for now.
Yeah. And also I linked to Reina's stream because she is interesting to listen to, and she isn't one of the wokies. Let's put it like that. She is one of the good ones.
Nice.
Part
2 is on the 9th.
Yes, I will plan to stream in a week's time or something, and I'll post it out and I'll shill it on the necessary channels. Then we will be doing. We will work on the. We'll leave which one as a surprise, and we'll open with that, and then I'll just draw something in front.
Yeah.
And we agreed it would be something like Yusun Wong inspired, right?
Yep. Some kind of monster-looking thing.
Yeah, I can go a little bit crazy with this.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Well, thank you guys all for showing up. I really do appreciate it, and we'll call it here.
Yeah, thank you all for coming, and again, thank you for letting me come by and for doing this project again. I fucking love when we do this. It's so awesome.
Dude, absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna